the European Union and the United States have such a rich history of cooperation with each other.
The reason a lot of the European Union hiring and employers like American students or students are from abroad is because they can bring this unbiased perspective and just get the facts.
So there's a massive need in the underlying economy for experts in European affairs, for people who know how politics works in the European Union, how policy is made in the European Union. And that's really one of the great things about the EUPS program. It allows us to really contribute to that relationship.
Our program is a one-year master's program which is extremely intense.
The way we have structured the program is really to proceed from breadth to depth to application.
The first classes are all foundational. You have classes where you learn the institution specifically. You have classes where you learn policy.
That's the semesters where students are becoming exposed to the European approach to contemporary global policy problems.
And then in the spring is when you choose your specialization.
They will choose one specific track and become experts in a specific field of EU policymaking.
Either in economic and social policy or in foreign policy and internal security.
It was really amazing because you could do an in-depth analysis because you already had the foundation from the fall.
It is a European experience. The coursework is based in Florence, but our students go on multiple trips to the heart of European decision-making.
Our trips were definitely the best things, going to Brussels twice and Strasbourg. The people we get to see and meet and talk to and listen to is incredible.
The program is committed to bringing in and exposing students to really high-level decision makers.
Caterina Paolucci, our academic coordinator, has thousands of connections from Florence to Brussels to Strasbourg. We go on study abroad trips in the weeks in November and April, and I think one more was in February. And she just introduces us to so many influential people.
The capacity for the EUPS program to take what you learn in the classroom and do it practically has been one of the most rewarding experiences.
One great example of that is the simulation of the Council of the European Union that we do each year with our partners in the European Parliament.
It brings University of Florence students, Erasmus students, as well as American students together, and it really emulates not only the processes of the Council of Ministers, but also the language barriers. So you have this dynamic where you can definitely see how difficult it is, but understand it takes a lot of work.
So they play the role of a state. They take that role very seriously. They work on the position within that role for a number of months, and they horse trade. They take part in sort of diplomatic negotiations with each other and with teams that are representing other member states.
We had heard about how the meetings were super slow and everyone had to wait for the translators. And you know, it's one thing to hear that in the classroom, but it's quite another to sit in on the meeting and watch that, yeah, this is essentially how it works.
It's something that is very much true to real life, and requires our students to take the role of their countries very seriously.
In the second half of the first semester, students start also thinking about their internship. So they also have to decide whether they would prefer to do an internship in the summer versus doing a research project, a research thesis.
Students in the internship have extremely rich experiences.
I was fortunate enough to work for the U.S. Consulate office here in Florence, Italy, where I worked in the non-immigrant visa section of the office.
I'm interning at Centro UNESCO di Firenze, and it is an NGO that's a branch of the United Nations Florence base.
I work for the Association Via Maggio, which is right around the corner from the Palazzo, and it's working to bring back the traditions of this area in Florence because we're on the older, more artisan side.
I have never learned as much in a single work experience as I have working at the Florentine. I've had to present television news, I've written scripts, I've translated articles from Italian to English, written my own articles, proofread the paper, edited other people's articles, so on and so forth. Every day brings something new, and it's very, very fascinating.
All of whom are engaged with, on a daily basis, the process of European integration. They're having to deal with the implications of European Union law.
Only through the EUPS program do you have an internship opportunity like that, where I can put on my resume that I have a security clearance from the US government already. That opens doors, if I wanted to, for defense contracting, security contracting companies all over the country.
Our students need to present themselves with a perfect resume, having certain specific characteristics, and they have to be able to present what they have learned in the appropriate way.
Dr. Paolucci works very hard with you, especially in the summer semester, on getting your resume letter correct, your cover letter correct, and everything that goes with it.
I think we are doing a good job in preparing them for what comes next.